But for this one in particular, honestly, she was one of the first girls that I saw her photo and I was like, okay, she's going on the list, because just look at her facial expression. She looks like she's happy. She is having fun. Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and for today's video we have a very special one because we're going to be talking about the brand new photo shoot that was released by the Miss Universe Philippines organization, where the candidates had to showcase some of the products of the official jewelry sponsor for the competition. Jewelry is the official company that is sponsoring Miss Universe Philippines 2022. They were also in charge of designing and creating the new crown for Miss Universe Philippines as well. So of course you knew that the candidates had to do some photo shoots and activities to kind of compensate for that. And today we're gonna go through some of the stands out of that photo shoot. I selected 16 candidates that I will be talking about, and these ones are really in no particular order, just the ones that really stood out for me as I was going through the photos. And I will give you, as usual, some of my comments and feedback for each one of the photos. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, let me know in the comment section if you agree with my comments, feedback, and anything else that you would like to express. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. I really hope that you enjoy it. Just to get things started, the first candidate that we have is Julia Sabiere, representing Albay. I think that this is a phenomenal photo. I mean, Julia is really no stranger to the camera. She is very used to be in front of it, and it really showed all throughout the competition, not only for the online challenges but also for the ones that she has to do in person, such as this one. I really like the pose and the way that she was able to showcase the jewelry being so natural and also giving us kind of like a flirty vibe, you know, with that very sexy look. I appreciated it. Next one on the list, we have Genesis Latouga representing Baguio, and of course Genesis at this point is really a standout in the competition. She's one of the girls who started being like really a dark horse in the very beginning, but at this point, honestly, for a lot of people, she is even a contender for the crown. She might win the entire thing. When we look at this photo, I think that first of all, the styling is just perfect. And what I love so much is that Genesis not only embraces her identity as a morena skinned girl, but also she knows how to contrast it with the perfect makeup, with the perfect colors for the dresses and the garments that she's wearing. And to be honest, I think that the jewelry in this case really complements her as well, not just because this is for a sponsor, but because she truly looks amazing with it. So I'm honestly so happy with her photo shoot. I think that she was definitely a standout. Next on the list, we have Adele Sanchez, another candidate that is giving us a lot to talk about on the second part of the competition. I think that especially for the in-person activities, Adele has really stood out for every single one of the moments that we got to witness her doing something for the sponsors, for the press, for the media. Doesn't matter, she was always game on. And here I really love that they really focused on her facial features for this photo. Of course, still showcasing the jewelry, because that is the entire purpose of the photo shoot. I will even dare to say that Adele really almost stole the show here. I'm really more attracted to her eyes, to her hair, to how delicate she looks, you know, with the hand positioning and all, than even the jewelry. And don't get me wrong, the jewels are beautiful, but I think that she is even more beautiful. Next on the list, we have Pauline Amelinx representing Bohol. And let me tell you something, there is one thing about Pauline, and that is that you will never catch my girl looking ashy nowhere. She ain't like that. For every single challenge, Pauline is always looking moisturized, and like she just applied her oils, and you know, everything is looking flawless. And this photo shoot is really no exception. I mean, I have talked about Pauline extensively all throughout Miss Universe Philippines 2022, but the thing that I always go back to is her face. I just love her smile and I love her eyes. Both of those feel like so honest, and it's just like the perfect combination. It doesn't matter if she is doing like a swimsuit presentation, if she's doing evening gown, if she's doing a tourism video, always Pauline finds a way to stand out. A lot of people have been saying that she has changed, like she doesn't really have like the same level of energy or whatever that she had back in 2020 when she competed at first. But I honestly think that Pauline has evolved over time, and that's, you know, the entire purpose of coming back to a pageant is to show how you have grown. I don't think that this is a negative thing. I'm actually very happy, very pleased with her performance, and I'm sure that she will do very well in preliminaries and hopefully coronation as well, you know, manifesting it for her. Now, next one on the list, we have Jedida Cornijona representing Davao del Sur. And let me tell you, I'm gonna take a moment to talk about Jedida, because for some of the top picks videos that I did, you know, Jedida was always constantly so close to making the top picks. If I would do like a top 12, she was always within the top 15, for example. And whenever I had to give her some critique to Jedida, the thing that I always mentioned was, I would like to see a little bit more diversity with the hair. I would like to see a little bit more diversity with the makeup. And that means not changing your style, but trying new things so that we can see what you're capable of. And same thing for the sponsors, the organization members, etc. Well, Jedida has given us precisely that. For the top 32 announcement, she gave us very different makeup, very futuristic, even with the lines on the face, and I really appreciated that. I have also seen different hairstyles throughout the activities and throughout the different challenges, including this photo shoot that is not the traditional Jedida hairstyle that she goes for, which is beautiful. But I'm also glad to see that she is able to showcase that she can be beautiful with different hairstyles and doing different things as well, and that she is just as worthy and as capable as any other contestant. Physically speaking, I have also seen a lot of effort from Jedida, and you know what, I'm just, you know, as a fan, as someone who has seen her grow since last year up until this point, I'm just so happy for her. I'm really proud, and I wish her nothing but the best. I know that she will rock the preliminary competition, and hopefully she will do as well very good during coronation night, because this woman is just a joy to watch. Alright, moving on, let's talk about Chantal Smith representing Cebu City. You know, there's always something special about Chantal, and that is that she has to go the extra mile. I really appreciated on this particular photo the fact that she was giving us some drama, you know, with the hands and just like the overall facial expression. Even like what she's wearing is a lot of fun, and it showcases that the jewelry under a different light is not the very obvious, you know, hand on the shoulder or, you know, hands crossed. She's always going for something edgier, for something out of the box, and it makes her not only stand out but also very interesting for the fans to follow. So I really appreciate her for that, and of course, considering how young she is, I have to give her even more props because she's going against veterans and she is excelling at it. Next one on the list, we have Dominic Pixon representing Cebu province, and this is a very refreshing photo for Dominic. First of all, let's talk about the purpose of the photo, of course, which is showcasing the jewelry, and that's the first thing that comes to mind when I watch this. You know, you have her hand and her arm in the very first plan, so that is the very first thing that caught my attention. Same thing with the earrings. But what I would like to comment about her here, for most of the challenges that I've seen so far in the competition for Dominic, she has always given us more of a fierce side, more of a, you know, more of an empowered woman look. And here she has a very delicate aura. She looks very innocent even. I just want to protect her at all costs. You know, I think it's very refreshing that we get to see this side of Dominic as well, because of course we want to crown a woman who will be able to give us a variety of things and not just one note. So I think that the execution for this particular photo shoot is perfect, and I'm glad that we get to see a little bit more from Dominic. Next one, we have Isabel Braza representing Las Piñas, and I feel like I have talked about Isabel a few times here on the channel already, but she has always been very consistent all throughout the challenges. She, similar to Jedida, I think that for most of my topics, she was always very close to making it into most of them. So if I was doing like a top 10, she was like within the top 12. If I was doing a top 12, she was within the top 15. Still, sometimes she did make the top picks, okay? So don't get me wrong. But I was really surprised with her presentation during the gala night, and I think that she took some of that confidence and that power that she had that night and translated it into these photos. Just moments ago, I was commenting about how Dominic was able to give us more of an innocent side. Well, I feel like here Isabel is giving us more of an empowered side, and I really like that. Once again, for the purpose of diversity and just seeing different tones of emotions, of feelings, of intensity, I really appreciate what she did here. Next one, we have Andrea Jupo representing Lucena. I think that I've talked about this candidate very rarely on this channel, but similar to Miss Las Piñas, she really stood out for me during the gala night with that yellow dress, so beautiful, and she was able to rock it. So I think that she's gonna be one of the performers. She's one of the girls who might surprise us during the preliminary competition, who might do very well during coronation night as well. So we'll see what she has prepared for that. But when it comes to this particular photo shoot, I really appreciate her styling. First of all, I think that the red really contrasts very well with the orange tones that we have all throughout the photo. It's very good at catching my eye, and of course then look really into her natural beauty. If I'm being honest, I don't think that this is the most effective photo to showcase the jewelry, because she's so beautiful that I'm distracted by her. So I don't know how happy the sponsor will be about that. But for the purpose of the competition, I think that she is doing exactly the right thing. So just keep going, Miss Lucena. Moving on, we have Isabelle Lucha representing Mandaue, and she is another one of the girls that I appreciate the way that she was able to tone it down a little bit for this particular photo shoot. You know, don't get me wrong, I really like it when she is at, you know, like completely fierce level right up there, but I also appreciate this. Isabelle, I feel like for most of the online challenges, her game was always on, you know, fierce, colorful, so many different elements and accessories, and the wardrobe was amazing. So the fact that I get to see her under such a natural light, with something very simple that she's wearing that really has no distractions, we get to appreciate her facial features, her natural beauty, her simple style when it comes to the hair, and at the same time really showcase the jewelry as well. I see a lot of potential in this girl for modeling. I see a lot of potential for sponsorships. I feel like they would love to work with someone like her. So she might be an interesting candidate for the organization when it comes to these aspects. I know that she's not very tall, but we know that at this point in the competition, and even like for Miss Universe International, height is no longer like a major deal breaker. So I think that with the right support system, she might be able to pull it off. Now let's talk about one of the front runners, or arguably the winner for a lot of people. And of course, I'm talking about Michelle D, representing Makati. You know, everything about Michelle screams luxurious, elevated, polished, winner already. And I feel like this photo shoot was really no exception. Just the pose that she adopted here to showcase the jewelry is very regal, and that's something that she carries within her personality, the way that she handles herself, the way that she behaves. So I don't feel like she's overdoing it for this photo. I think that she is just showcasing exactly who she is, and I love her for that. Just a few days ago, we made a video here on the channel looking back at Michelle's journey during Miss World, and I think that after watching that video, I really appreciated even more everything that she has done all throughout Miss Universe Philippines 2022, including the styling, including the different challenges, the videography, you know, the opportunities that she had to speak publicly, whether it's with the press conference, whether it's with the interview challenge. So I really think that she's one of the most complete and solid candidates of this batch. I'm excited to see what she's going to do during preliminaries and finals. She might be the one, I'm not gonna lie. So we'll see what's gonna happen. Moving on, we have Annabelle McDonald representing Miss Sammy's Oriental. Another one that really captured my attention with that beautiful red gown and the way that she is showcasing here the jewelry. Similar to one of the previous candidates that I was talking about, I feel like Annabelle's beauty almost overshadowed here the jewelry. And you know, as I said, the sponsor might not be super happy about it because they really want to sell their stuff, but I think that for the purpose of the competition, this is a very good indicator. I think that some of the adjectives that I was giving you earlier about Michelle also apply to Annabelle. I think that she is a very regal woman. She feels very polished. She feels like she has, you know, everything together. And I think that when the time comes for the finals, for even preliminaries, we might see her really step up her game. For me personally, in some of the challenges, she has really excelled. For some of them, not so much. But I think that she's gonna be one of those girls who is a little bit more of a performer. So I'm excited to see how she will deliver on a live environment. Next on the list, we have Alyssa Felix representing Pampanga. And I know that I haven't talked about her extensively, although I have mentioned her a few times because she did very well in a few challenges, in my opinion. But for this one in particular, honestly, she was one of the first girls that I saw her photo and I was like, okay, she's going on the list. Because I'm just look at her facial expression. She looks like she's happy. She is having fun. And You know, for jewelry especially, I feel like that's something that is not showcased so much when it comes to the way that sponsors choose like the photos and the videos that they want to showcase. So that really set her apart and gave her a unique feel. I think that sometimes Alyssa, while she's doing the challenges or the presentations for the media, you know, like the gala night, for example, it looks a little bit as she is in her head. So she doesn't have much of like a facial expression, or she doesn't have like much interaction with the audience, the way that she looks at them and all of that. She is very, you know, demure. So I'm glad to see that she's able to showcase a more engaged side of her personality, especially here with the photo shoot. Just like a wide, bright smile. I appreciate that, and I really hope to see more of that during preliminaries and coronation night. So please, if you are watching this, don't forget to have fun, Alyssa. We want you to have a blast. Next one, we have Isabel Bourbon representing Pangasinan, and let me tell you, I'm gonna take my time to talk about her. Just kidding, y'all. Shout out. I think that this is a beautiful, extremely cohesive photo. Everything from the dress to the colors to the styling, I appreciate it all. First of all, she looks like $1 million. Moisturized, she is shining, she has that natural glow. I like the very, very simple styling when it comes to the hair, you know, no distractions here, and very minimalistic, you know, smoky eye, very natural vibes makeup. The standout here is completely the jewelry and Isabel herself. I think that she's one of the underrated beauties of the competition, and she represents Filipino women so well that I would like to see a little bit more of her. But please don't take too much of your time for that, okay? Just kidding. Alright, y'all, we're almost done, but we have 2 more candidates. So now let's talk about Celeste Cortes representing Pasay. Celeste has the look, the aura, the vibes of a model. She feels like she is made for fashion, for sponsors, for photo shoots. So she is really here on her element. All of the objectives that I was giving you for like the top candidates and the ones that I really loved, I think that they apply here to Celeste. First of all, the jewelry is really upfront, so she's allowing the jewelry to shine by itself. And then of course, you can also appreciate Celeste herself, her natural beauty. The styling is not even crazy here, but she still shines. I love that. Once again, I love red. It's just like a personal bias, so I love that she is wearing that color. And even if you look at the pose, I feel like Celeste and Michelle D had a very similar pose, maybe just like inverted on when it comes to the side that they were showcasing, but she really has everything that it takes. For me personally, as of today, I think that when it comes to finals, it's going to be Michelle D against Celeste Cortes, and then we'll see who's gonna win. I don't know so far, but she is really a threat in this competition, and this photo shoot is no exception. Really showcases her potential beautifully. Alright, and last candidate, but not least, because as I said, this list is not necessarily in any particular order. I have Katrina Legato representing Taguig. There hasn't been any topics list, maybe except for the interview topics list that I did, that Katrina was not within the top 10, at least. I feel like she is so consistent on every single aspect of the word. There is really nothing that you can look at her and you can criticize. As I said, some people give her a little bit of a pushback because of her communication skills, but I feel like that is secondary. Going to Miss Universe, speaking English fluently is not mandatory. So of course, it's an asset, but not an obligation. From the way that she presents herself, to her beauty, her styling, just how graceful she is, Katrina embodies a winner for me. And also her beauty, her story, her personality is so relatable that I think that this is really one of her strengths, you know? For example, frontrunners like Michelle and frontrunners like Celeste Cortes, perhaps they might not be as relatable because of their backgrounds or the stories or different factors. But when it comes to Katrina, I feel like she is the one candidate from the veteran list that most girls and most Filipinos can relate to. There are really no other words to describe this photo shoot than exquisite, and I feel like it's just fair to say that because Katrina herself is exquisite. So there you go, you guys. Those were my top 16 candidates for the Jewelmer photo shoot that was just released by Miss Universe Philippines. Please let me know in the comments if you agree with my picks and my feedback as well about them. You can add anything else that you would like to point out. And while you're at it, don't forget to leave a like on my videos. That it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, little observation on the channel, come here, give me a hug, you know, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and spending a few moments out of your day here with me. And until I see you next time, please stay safe, be kind to one another, sending you all my love, all my kisses, and I'll see you on the next one.